And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Thursday, December 1st. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. We got a frosty one this morning and a rather cold one out there, but it's going to be a tremendous day, so stay tuned. We're here for Bates Ford, 1673 West Main in Lebanon, and it's been 2 weeks since I've seen Paul Tubbs and Ronnie Kelly, but they're both with us today, and let me just say good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ronnie, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How about you?
Yeah, doing okay. I'm getting there.
Good.
Well, where we want to start today? It's been 2 weeks, like I said. I hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving, and of course, you being in sales, you didn't get off very many days, did you?
No, I didn't get off a few. I didn't get off a lot of days, but everything was good.
Yeah. What about you, Paul?
I took off Thursday. Took off Saturday, played a little golf.
Well, what do you want to talk about this morning?
One of the big things, I always talk about how Tony's a real big contributor to the community, and he likes to give back, and that's something he don't like the spotlight as much, but he does a lot of that, But this weekend they're doing a deal down on the 'Tis the Season down on the square. And Bates Ford is the sponsorship for the entertainment. And Tony's brought in a couple of acts. One of them, and I called my mom because it's a road I grew up on in Hendersonville, Rockland Road. And I asked her, I said, and it's right around the corner from where we grew up. And it's actually that plays at First Baptist Church in Hendersonville where my mom attends church. So she's very active in that. So she said, yeah, I've seen them several times. They're a really good act. They're opening Saturday, I believe, at 5:30, and then Jason Crabb, who's a really good Christian artist, is at 6:30. So Mr. Bates and Bates Ford is sponsoring that, and we're proud to, And then of course also the Christmas Parade Sunday, we're involved in that. But he likes to give back, and he don't take all the accolades, but I like to let everybody know that he is the one that's taking care of all that.
Kind of lets you do some of that for him, I think.
I try. He's not one to pat himself on the back. I like to give him a pat every now and again.
Well, he's always out front on your TV commercials. Everybody that watches TV's got to know who Tony Bates is.
Yeah, last time I was looking for him, so he had this big hover thing that he bought that goes on water, and he rode that in the commercial, so I was on the lookout for him.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you got to be in one of them. Ronnie, you got some good deals today?
Oh, yeah, we still got some good deals. Like Paul said in the beginning, we do have more new inventory, and we do have a lot of F-150s, and we had a few F-250s. I know, interest rates have been going up, and I know a lot of times people say, well, it slows the car business down, but a lot of times people that need trucks, need work trucks, they're still coming out and buying trucks. Matter of fact, we got 3 F-250 that came in on Monday, and all 3 of those are already sold. You got people that's coming in that need that type of vehicle. They get close to the end of the year. A lot of people that work in construction, they had to get new vehicles, so they come in and look for them. So please come down to Bates Ford. And sometimes we don't have a lot of great interest rates right now, but we do have 1.9 on 60 months, and that's a great deal right now.
All right, and today is December 1st.
December 1st. So, we went from a hero to a zero. We're starting all over again.
Well, you're still changing oil, still doing batteries and tires.
Right, our service is still booming. I mean, that's one of the reasons our new facility. We're actively trying to get all that took care of. We're still doing the cheapest oil change in town, $34.95. We're still doing, like you asked me about a battery. I think I might have a battery for a Cadillac. I got to make sure there, but batteries $134.95 on most vehicles. We install them and free on most vehicles. Our tires, we get a lot of people on tires because Ford will meet or beat anybody's price on tires. And also, if you purchase tires, we give you lifetime rotation on tires.
That in itself is worth a lot, lifetime rotation.
Yeah, and when you do that, and like I always say, is you get to look at the brakes, and all the stuff, so you actually get a good inspection. And we don't just change your oil; we do a full inspection, make sure we look your vehicle over, and if there's any necessary needs, we'll come let you know. We fill out a multi-point inspection sheet every time a vehicle comes in and go over everything, set your tire pressure. Right now, a lot of people, we've had a ton of people come in and say, "Oh, my tire light's on." Well, when it gets cold like this, that air pressure goes down and it'll cause your tire light to go on. So when the weather's changing like this, it's very important to come in and make sure you get your air pressure set correctly. So if that's something you need, you can swing by and we'll be happy to do it for you.
Well, I did pass by, was on the interstate yesterday and looked over, I guess that's to the south, anyway, where the construction's taking place for the new Bates Ford.
Yeah, me and Tony went over there Tuesday and rode around. He wanted to kind of go get an eye on it. We, every now and again, but we're getting there. They got the footers poured, and hopefully you see some steel moving pretty quick. I've been talking to Heath and Seth and Kerry, so pretty quick you're going to start seeing a facility. We got it, like I've said forever, in October of 23, we've got to be over there. So we're on a timeline, 10 months.
All right. Ronnie, you got 30 seconds for the last word this morning.
Okay, if you have anything that you want to sell to Bates Ford, come down. We'll buy anything you have. We'll trade for anything that don't eat.
Okay, very good. Well, that's it for Bates Ford this morning with Paul Tubbs, the general manager, Ronnie Kelly in sales. Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, the dealer to trade for anything that don't eat. And I never mentioned your football picks.
Boy, I didn't do too good last week.
Okay, well,
maybe the only one I got right was orange.
All right. 10 minutes after the hour, it is the 1st of December. It is a Thursday, and the first Thursday in each month, most of the time, when I can, I have a member of the Lebanon City Council to come and talk about I guess the city of Lebanon from their point of view. Anyway, Camille Burdine is with us this morning. And Camille, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Coleman.
Good to see you again.
Yes.
And it's a little frosty and a little nippy out there today.
It is, but this is my kind of weather.
Well,
So
I don't know whether this is telling us something about how December is going to be or not, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but a little bit cold. I think the thermometer at my house said 20, 21 degrees, something like that. And anytime it gets below 20 to me, it's cold. It's cold enough, it's under freezing.
well, it could be my age, but I kind of like the cold. But I know my dogs had a hard time going out this morning for sure. But we had a pretty warm November, so
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, I don't know I don't have anything definite. I don't have a list of questions or topics to talk about this morning. I've got 2 or 3 things we probably will want to talk about, but I thought, you just got reelected. We saw you on election night, and of course that was back, whatever it was, the 9th of November, whatever the date was there.
Yes.
It's been three
think
or
it was
4
the 8th.
weeks.
Yeah.
And you've had time to kind of digest the election results and know that you're going to be in for 4 more years and get your feet on the ground again and going. So where are you right now?
Well, I took about a week off and took a breather, and then now the last couple of weeks, I've just been really following up on, some things we needed to wrap up for the year, since we're getting towards the end of the year, and so we're finishing up some things at the city from this year, and then we're going to start to plan for next year. So we have actually the swearing-ins tonight, as well as a work session about our agenda on Tuesday. There's some great things on there. A lifestyle community is wanting to go, which they have one in Mount Juliet with a goat restaurant, and it's going to go right beside Bates Ford. So they're on the agenda for Tuesday night. So some more really exciting things happening in our community, especially this next year. As Bates said, hopefully we'll see a building here soon or something like a building. So this next year we're going to see a lot of, dirt moving, I believe.
Is that in your ward?
It is.
Oh,
It
okay.
is.
Well, that's
So
more excitement for you, I guess.
it is. It is.
Well, now that the dust has settled, let's say you were reelected. Certainly, you were very happy. I mean, you when you run to win, no doubt. And,
Absolutely.
And it was a successful venture. And have you talked to many of your constituents since the election? I'm sure a few of them have called to congratulate. But what's
I have. It seemed like the next day I got a text about 10:30 or 7:30 in the morning saying that, they wanted me to follow up on certain things. So, I don't believe things have stopped. People have certainly congratulated me. They obviously have the confidence in me to do the job another 4 years. And so, we're just staying in communication of what, our constituents want and what they feel our city needs. And so we're going to stay on that as a council as a whole.
Well, one of the things I guess I've been a little bit impressed with is the fund balance that we have in the city, and I guess there's more there than there's ever been. And even if you, I know we're in inflationary times, but even if you consider 20 years ago or 40 years ago or something, when a dollar went a lot farther than it does now, even if you compare dollars today to even back then, I don't think we had anywhere near as much, even percentage-wise or whatever, in the treasury as we do now. That seems to be a very good thing.
It does, and it gives us a lot of opportunities and things that we need to work on. As things are, they're getting more expensive. Our employees are getting more expensive. Our services are becoming more expensive. So it's a good thing we're in the shape that we are. And I think we, need to give some credit to the people in the past that have been there and been conservative. But I think a lot of it really is our sales tax that has come in. We've got a lot of good businesses in our community that have really brought in a lot of sales tax, income. So.
Well, as long as we don't act like drunken sailors and go out and spend every penny we have, no matter how much is there, there's no need to waste it.
That's exactly right. And we still, Stuart Lawson, our financial guy at the city, really, is still very conservative. Our mayor's conservative. I think we as a council are really looking at each and everything. Is it a need or is it a want? We do have a lot of wants that I feel like will bring us economic, viability. So sometimes we have to give in to what some of the things that we want so that we can bring even more sales tax or more property tax, a higher property tax or jobs so that our citizens can continue to spend. So, we're trying to balance that of what our needs and wants are. But, again, especially in my ward, I've talked about it many times on here, we've got a lot of infrastructure that needs to be redone. So we plan on seeing a lot of that. In fact, there's a new water line that's going to start going in down 231. That's going to take several months. Big project, but it's something that's been needed for a long time. So that's going to start after the first of the year.
Okay. Camille Burdine is with us. We'll talk more in a moment. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's now 7:17. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford. Regular oil change $34.95, up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal $16.73. West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
We still see that slowdown on 40 eastbound trying to get through Kingston Springs this morning. Keep that in mind, especially coming in from Dixon County. Again, it's a pretty good delay eastbound on I-40 through Kingston Springs and Pegram. Traffic's on the increase coming out of Rutherford County, Murfreesboro now, right on schedule, 24 westbound. It's just heavy here up by Bell Road, Hickory Hollow Parkway. Watching it build also on 40 westbound through Wilson County there, especially in the Mount Juliet area. Hey, Nash Painting services all in Middle Tennessee. Check them out online today at nashpainting.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Steve Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you can afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Middle Tennessee's largest, longest running, and most affordable holiday tradition, the Dancing Lights of Christmas, is now open with new lights and new music so you can create some new Christmas memories. For 2.5 miles, your family will be captivated as you watch over 2 million lights dance perfectly in sync to rockin' Christmas tunes, all from inside the comfort of your own vehicle. Stop by Santa's Village for food and fun, pictures with Santa, even a helicopter ride above the lights. 5 p.m. nightly at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. More info at thedancinglightsofchristmas.com.
Coleman and Company here on a Thursday morning. Camille Burdine, representing Ward 3 on the Lebanon City Council. She's with us this morning. I told you I didn't have a list, but I find out you've got one. So
Sure I do. I always have a list.
What's on your
I call
mind?
it an outline more than a list.
an outline.
An outline. Well, I thought we'd maybe talk about the highlights, especially in Ward 3 in our city, over the last year. And there have been some great things that have come, in Ward 3. We'll start with the square. We've had almost 10 new businesses open up on the square. And when I say square, our square is getting a little bit bigger. Our downtown is growing. But really on the square proper, we've had about 10 new businesses, and they're all different. So very excited about that this year. And I've heard of a couple more coming here soon. So that's great. We have the Del Webb community that really put Providence on the map is coming. We voted on that a couple, or it's been almost 2 years now, but we've seen some dirt move, so we're looking forward to that down on South Hartman and Bartons Creek area.
Okay.
And
Because I was
then,
going to ask. I didn't remember. Okay.
yes, so we've been talking about that for a long time. So hopefully we'll start seeing some building there here soon. The Lebanon Outlet Mall, got purchased, and they're revitalizing it and revamping.
But for those who don't know, who might be fairly newcomers or whatever, you look out there, and maybe if you've looked out there in the last couple of years, and it was not something we really could be very proud of. I mean, at one time that place was full and thriving, and it meant a lot even to our tax rolls. But things change, and it changed. Now we've got something kind of to come in and replace that, so to speak.
That's right. And it's going to be a multi-use area as well, with some living, with some shopping, hopefully some great restaurants. So we're going to see a lot of dirt being moved on that in this next year as well. So, it's going to be great. And, we're hoping, or they're hoping to keep a few of the stores out there. And I know that Habitat is going there.
So landscape, I mean, the whole configuration going to really be different.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Still have the same entrance way and probably a better one on the backside. It is going to be more of a walkable type of community right there off of South Hartman and
Well, I guess the
231.
developers are going to be spending quite a lot of money to make the change there.
Absolutely, they are. That's millions of dollars of investment going on there. So, hopefully we'll see something, here soon when it comes to dirt moving. So, a lot of things.
If they didn't feel good about it and feel that they have a winner, so to speak, financial winner, they wouldn't be investing all that money.
No, they would not. So I promise you, these developers are a lot smarter than the rest of us. They know what their margins are, and they also know, if we're a viable community. And I've said it for a long time. Unfortunately, in some ways, we're just a suburb of Nashville anymore. So we've got to get it right, and we've got to raise our standards and make sure the developers that are coming in, understand we are a community. We want them to be part of our community, and we want them to fit in with our values here in Lebanon. And this group is out of Nashville, so I know that I feel like they're a great neighbor for us, and it's going to be a great investment for them as well as for the city. We also, like I said, the square's doing great. We're going to be expanding the downtown proper, I guess you could say. We have the historic tour Saturday night starting at 5. It's about 10 houses, I think, usually they have. Is it 8 or 10?
I'm thinking 8.
8, okay.
But but then if there's enough to make it very interesting.
It is, and I always look forward to that and seeing how people have decorated for Christmas in these great old houses. Or I think the Fesden's house is on it this year. We've even got an apartment complex on it this year, so that's exciting.
Well, one that's exciting to us here is the one at 429 West Spring, the home of Susie.
Yes,
Ed and
yes.
Susie James. And there's a lot of history in that house itself. And Kim Parks was here Tuesday talking about this. If you get your tickets in advance, they're $15. It's $20 if you wait till Saturday night. But that is on the tour. And knowing Susie, she's got the welcome mat out.
Well, I'm sure she hadn't been here all week getting her house ready. I've helped Kim several times try to recruit some homes, and I don't hear the end of it till about 2 weeks after. I can't believe you've roped me into this, and how much work it is, and it's not that much work. And they always say we're glad we did it, but it is a lot of work, and everybody wants their house to look great. But it's a fun event. And I know that they've already sold a lot of tickets. I've talked to a lot of people that are going. So I hope.
And it's almost an unlimited. I mean, unless you just got hundreds of people at each house waiting to get in, and I don't think we've ever had that.
No, we haven't. It's very comfortable. You go on your own. It's not like you have to go from 1 to 2 to 3 to all the way to 8 or 10. How many?
And you don't even have to go to all of them if you don't want to.
You
but
don't.
Most people, I think, there's a good variety
There
there.
is, and plenty of time to go. So yes, you're right. It's not like it's elbow to elbow when you go into these homes. It's definitely worth, the $15 or the $20. It's a fun. I look forward to this tradition every year, as well as the parade. Very excited. I live right on Green Lawn, so I'm right. I love watching the parade. It's always been a big excitement for us as a family. So I'm looking forward to the parade. And the Christmas extravaganza, or the 'Tis the Season, that Paul talked about earlier, that the chamber and the city are sponsoring that, along with a lot of other great businesses. And it starts at 10 a.m. and goes through Sunday. So I think, everybody needs to come down and enjoy our square and enjoy the festivities. And you have something starting, early Saturday, and you can finish it off with a historic tour. And then Sunday, again, there's going to be shopping and things going on at the square before the parade. So food trucks. So I hope everybody will join us. And back to the year, looking back, I mean, the city in general really has done a lot of growth, some infrastructure improvements. I'm real excited. We're finally moving on Hill Street and a sidewalk and some stormwater improvements. We've gotten some great manufacturing and businesses that are coming, and some that are already here. So I think we've still got a lot of job opportunities in our community, and definitely there is something for everybody here.
We've got a couple of minutes here. This is it a water line construction we're going to be doing? Just talk a little bit about that.
Well, I think they're having a groundbreaking. It's over on Fred's Ward. And it's going to start really at Office Depot there and go all the way down. And it has to do with, I think they've had some water line interruptions, and I think it's just an old water line that has needed to be replaced, and it's a very expensive, task, and so the city is finally doing that, and should start after the first of the year, and it will go on for several months. So there will be some interruptions.
Do you know from where to where?
I believe it's starting around Office Depot and going all the way down to 40.
Okay, so all of this would be South Cumberland.
South.
What about North Cumberland? Is it okay?
It's okay. It's okay for now.
Yeah, right. Well, we certainly are fortunate here to not be so far from the Cumberland River. Ever since I can remember, the city of Lebanon has gotten its city water from the Cumberland River, and what a blessing.
Yeah, we are. A lot of communities aren't. So
all we've had to do, I guess, is enlarge the water lines over the years, and and keep them, if they deteriorate, replace them and that sort of thing.
Right. And one of the things I've heard, which you don't think about, we've had a lot of, the car business talks about having a hard time getting inventory. I know our utilities had a hard time getting pipe. You don't think about it, but there's different types of pipes out there. So I've heard that, there's been a backlog of trying to get certain pipes. So some of the, holdup has been, getting the products needed to fill these services.
Okay, well, let me say again, congratulations on being reelected. And you said the swearing-in ceremony tonight. That would not only be for you, but for Chris Crowell and for
Philip Moorhead.
Philip Moorhead, the new rep, new
Ward 6.
city father in Ward 6. And we'll try to get him out here pretty soon too. He might be next on the list.
Well, he'd be a good one, and I'm looking forward to again. 4 more years and working with this council. Well, I think we're a good team.
Thank you for being with us today. We certainly appreciate it. Camille Burdine, I member of the City Council representing Ward 3, and my guest this morning. Stay with us for more here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:29. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Absolute Kubota, have a deal designed to keep you ahead of schedule. Check out the world's #1 selling compact excavator plus 0% financing. Going on now until the end of the year. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Trying to clear up a wreck 24 eastbound at Hickory Hollow Parkway. Again, the heaviest flow is on the other side, westbound, coming out of Rutherford County, making its way up through the Antioch area. Again, 24 east are moving that wreck at Hickory Hollow Parkway. I still see that slowdown waiting for you in Kingston Springs area. 40 east is really slow. Again, coming in from Dixon County on 40 eastbound again, there through Kingston Springs. Hey, Prince's Hot Chicken is catering during the holiday season. Check out that menu today at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Hi, I'm Mayor Rick Bell.
And I'm Sarah Haston, your Economic Development Director for the City of Lebanon.
And we're asking each of you to shop Lebanon this Christmas season.
Are you ready for the hustle and bustle, Mayor?
Absolutely. 'Tis the season, and I'm ready to get everyone checked off my list by shopping Lebanon and shopping small.
Well, it's definitely important to support our Lebanon business community.
Indeed. Our Lebanon businesses are the backbone of our community, and they support us all year.
That's right. Let's show some local love at Christmas. We are asking everyone to commit to give back by shopping your local retailers here in Lebanon.
Have a Merry Christmas from all of us at the City of Lebanon.
It's your first day in business, a new space, real investors, and butterflies the size of dinner plates. You could have an inspiration, make a difference, sponsor a Little League team. Anything can happen. And because anything can happen, that's why there's THW Insurance Services and Westfield Insurance. Whether your business is large or small, call THW Insurance, a Trilogy agency, and prepare for the unexpected.
There's a reason why more home buyers and sellers trust A.G. & Johnson Realty and Auction to get the job done. A.G. & Johnson offers what you want: more knowledge, more personal attention, more convenience. When you love what you do, it shows. That's why we have been voted the best of Wilson County by you, our clients. Discover the A.G. & Johnson difference. We are trusted by your neighbors for a reason. Call 615-444-0909 or visit us online today, agandjohnson.com, your community trusted realty and auction company.
This first day of December starts off on a chilly note. We're climbing through the 20s and 30s this morning and only heading for a high of 48 by this afternoon. Look for partly cloudy skies out there and temperatures to hit the freezing mark once again overnight. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm number one Ned.
We continue here on a Thursday morning. Coleman and Company Part 2, and we want to welcome Helene Singer-Cash to talk about A.G. & Johnson Realty. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
It's been 2 weeks since I've seen you.
I know. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes.
I had lots of turkey and ham.
We still have some leftover turkey. Had some turkey and dressing last night, in fact.
Sounds yummy. I like to make a big sandwich with cranberry sauce and gravy and mashed potatoes. Put that all together.
Yeah.
Big sandwich.
Well, you're here by yourself. Jay White, we'll say, is on assignment or
Special
busy.
assignment.
Special assignment.
Let
All
me
right.
fly solo today.
Well,
He's brave.
You've got an auction to talk about, nevertheless.
We do.
You're into auctions, but not as much as Jay is.
I don't know.
I'm not sure anybody can be as much as he is.
Lives, eats, and breathes auctions. But I will tell you, I am at every auction. I get to work every auction. I'm there, so it has quickly become in my blood. But this Saturday, December 3rd at 10 a.m., we will be on Carthage Road in Red Boiling Springs. We have 3.78 acres that we're selling in 3 tracts. One of them has this fabulous, fun farmhouse, and there's 2 outbuildings with it. Lot 3 has 1.7 acres, and it fronts Carthage Road with 1.98 feet. That has the stately 2-story farmhouse. She's ready for renovation. She was built in the early 1900s. Those who love farmhouses, this is a great one. It's a great renovation project. She is just adorable. Lot 2 is 1.3 acres, has 100 feet of road frontage with a 40 by 40 pole barn. And then Lot 1 has 1.41 acres, has 380 feet on LZ Williams Road. These are 3 great lots up there in Red Boiling Springs, and I encourage anyone to come out and see us. They are perked, they're ready to go, and it'll be a great day to come out there. But this farmhouse is a great renovation project. I love these old farmhouses, these 1900s farmhouses, because there's just nothing like them out there anymore. With just the construction of them, they're a project, but they're a love of labor.
Well, we for those who might not know, Red Boiling Springs is in the same county with Lafayette, Macon County, but it's over kind of to the northeast side of the county, I think. And you mentioned Carthage Road here. Actually, is the best way to get there maybe to go through Carthage?
We're saying go up Highway 52 East to Red Boiling Springs. It's an easy drive. It's a lovely little drive, and I'm excited to go out there, and that we'll be out there Saturday morning. So come on out and join us.
10 o'clock this Saturday morning. And again, you're actually going to be selling 3 lots there.
Yes, 3.
Sometimes the same person will bid high and often and come away with all 3, but not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but yes, I mean, you'll have the opportunity. If you want to buy all 3, you can.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, what else do you want to tell us about
So this time of year, a lot of people don't think it's a great time to list their home, but I'm here to tell you it is absolutely a great time, because during the winter break, people come to the area and look for homes. It's a great time to list your home. Just because you're decorated for holiday doesn't mean it's not a good time. It is. They're bringing their families, they're traveling, they're looking around. Interest rates are still... There's a lot of conversation about interest rates. Interest rates are not high. There's this misnomer about them. 15-year fix is an average of 6.15%, and a 30-year fix is an average of 6.5%. I know that's a little different than a year and a half ago, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not a high interest rate. It's when some people say, I got a fixed rate at 3.5% a year ago. I'm like, yeah, well, 6.5% is different. But if we go back 10 years or even 15 years, it's a completely different rate. So it's a great time to buy. It's a great time to list, and don't think that it's not because we're going into the winter or going into holiday season. So if you're looking to list, give us a call. We have an agent for you. If you're looking to build, we put up a few new acreage tracts. These are estate acreage tracts that are anywhere from 5 to 10 acres. So it's still a good time to build. These are acreage tracts that are perked, that will have 3, 4, and 5 bedroom perk sites on them, and they're beautiful rolling acreage. Some are wooded, some are completely clear. So there's something for you if you're looking to build in early 2023. So give us a call at 615-444-0909. Look, they were brave letting me be alone.
Well, A.J. Johnson Realty and Auction has been around here since 1977, and it says on my flyer here, community trusted since 1977, and that is true. It's well established, and you're doing well, including auctions.
Absolutely.
Not everybody does auctions.
Not everybody does. And Coleman, I want to remind you that the Lebanon Christmas Parade is this Sunday.
Yeah.
And it will come down West Main. And we do have parking at our office. So the parade starts at 2. If anyone wants to park at our office, you're welcome to. They'll close down West Main, so you want to get there before 2.
Yeah.
So come on and join us. We'll be out there enjoying the parade, and we can wave to everyone as they go by. So come visit with us.
Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And again, your auction this week, Saturday, December 3rd, 724 Carthage Road, Red Morning Springs, Tennessee. If you don't know where it is anymore, if you don't know where something is, you Google it, right?
Google it, or you can go to our website at agandjohnson.com. We have all the information on the website, or give us a call at the office at
615-444-0909. Helene, thank you so much.
Thank you, Coleman.
See
Have
you
a
next
great
week.
weekend.
Helene Cash, A.J. Johnson Realty and Auction, taking us to about 20 minutes before the hour. And I want to welcome Tim Leeper, who is live in studio and just over here enjoying his coffee and ready to get started this morning. Tim, good morning.
Good morning. How we doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. How about you?
I'm as good as I can be.
Been about a month, I guess, since we've seen you, and a little water runs over that dam every month, and no 2 months are exactly the same, and I don't guess just like as far as roofing goes, no 2 roofs are exactly the same.
Oh, that's right. We got a lot of weather yesterday, and we've had wind this week, so, we've had the calls pick up a little bit, and that's to be expected this time of year, but, people are still trying to get everything fixed before the families come in, so we're in that rush right now, but you can bet about a week before Christmas it will shut down.
You do a lot of repair work anyway, don't you? As maintenance repair work type thing?
I do, and here's why, because if every time you called a roofing contractor because you had a leak, their answer was, well, we just have to replace your roof, it'd kind of get discouraging. So when we go out there, we always try to figure out a way to fix it first. If there's a way to fix it, repair it, maintain it, and kick the can down the road a couple of years and fix them up, we try to do that when possible. And I think people, we earn trust from people by doing that, knowing that we're not just after your money.
Well, that's good. I mean, I can if you're really wanting to treat people like you'd want to be treated, you want to do what's in their best interest, because you want to be done to you what's in your best interest. And if it's better to replace that roof, okay, but it's not necessarily every time. Roofs can be repaired.
Yeah, that's right. There's a number of companies that they're in the market, in the Middle Tennessee market, that they don't do replace or repairs. And so if you call them, you're going to get a replacement bid. If you need a repair, they'll refer you to somebody else.
Yeah, okay. Well, but you do both.
We do both.
Well, it's not only Tim Leeper Roofing, but it's also Mama's Metal Roofing. You have 2 different companies. And I'm kind of glad you started the second one, because it gives us sort of twice as much to talk about when you come. But there's a lot to be said for metal roofing, and you say it pretty well. I think you have explained that over and over about as good as anybody could with us here. I mean, you just have 2 options, and the metal roof is going to last a lot longer. It's going to cost a little more, maybe not as much more as it did a few years ago.
Yeah, that gap's getting a lot closer. Shingle prices, the shingle materials and the labor has gone up a fair amount over the last 12 months. And typically when those prices go up, they're not so quick to come back down as they are to go up. And metal has steady stayed where it's at for the most part, and labor has stayed consistently close. And so that's narrowed that gap. What you used to pay, 40-50% more for a metal roof, now it's getting closer to 20 to 25%, in some cases less than that for a metal roof.
Do you stay as busy in the colder months as you do in the hot months? And I don't know about spring and fall, but winter is not when you have to work outdoors. That's not the most desirable, but it can get awfully hot in the summer too.
Yeah, it's like anything else. You just pick what you want to do with your life and go figure out a way to be happy at it. And we've figured out how to work in the heat and work in the cold, and you can always put more layers on, but people do slow down from calling in the wintertime because they don't want to do that stuff in the wintertime. They don't want to get outside and show you where the leak is. They don't want to, they don't want to do all those things. And so they'll wait till the spring, and then everybody does it at once.
Kind of the way it goes. Anything you're involved in community-wise right now?
Yeah,
well, I know you're in the Rotary Club.
Yeah, just the Rotary. We've got Christmas coming up, and there's two things. We got our Christmas party coming up with the Burt Coble Singers on Tuesday night at Baird Chapel, and so we'll have a pretty good crowd out there. We're looking forward to that. That's the first time in a couple of years we've been able to get together. So we're getting together with the breakfast group, the Breakfast Rotary Club here in town. So it'll be both of us together. And then we're also doing, the Lebanon Noon Club has had a tradition for 100 years. Actually, this will be the 101st year that we've done it, but we do Christmas baskets for our seniors in the community. And so this year last year we did 100 baskets for 100 years, and this year we're not doing 101 baskets. We're doing 35 baskets like we normally do, but we get with Scan and Miss Debbie Perret, and they give us some names, and Publix is generous to give us a fair amount of food and package it for us for a reasonable price. Mm-hmm. And we just take and distribute those baskets, and hopefully while we're doing that we can share with our community what it is that Rotary is and how we're relevant to the community. And so I think people really enjoy that. But 101 years, that's a great tradition we have.
Right. And you're president of that 101-year-old club.
President of the 101-year-old club until June 30th.
All right, Tim Leeper's here. Tim Leeper Roofing, Mama's Metal Roofing. We're going to take a break here on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. Tire rotation, safety check too. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. I'm looking live at this crash over here in Williamson County. It's 840 westbound, right at I-65. It's over to the side, but there's just so much traffic volume over here in this side of Williamson County this time of the morning. It's westbound 840, right at 65. That could slow you down as you come over from Rutherford County. Traffic's busy out here now past the airport, I-40 through Hermitage, Donaldson. Still looks pretty decent right now coming in from Wilson County on 40 westbound. I wished I could say that about the traffic 40 east at Kingston Springs. That traffic still crawling coming in from Dixon County, again through Kingston Springs and Pegram this morning. Hey, Prince's Hot Chicken is catering during the holiday season. Check them out at princeshotchicken.com. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This week, the Titans head back out on the road to face the red-hot Philadelphia Eagles. We get you ready with Titans Countdown presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans at 11. Mike Keith and Dave McGinnis bring every snap of action. Kickoff happens at noon.
Brought to you by Fakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Mall Plumbing, The Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas and Tennessee 811. Call before you dig.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Hey, this is Paul at Bates Ford. We got some great things going on for you. If you got a vehicle you want to sell, bring it to Bates Ford. We'll give you a cash offer on the spot. Also, come check out our great used inventory. And on the service side, we got the cheapest oil change in town, got the cheapest batteries in town, and we'll meet or beat anybody's price on tires. Come visit us at Bates Ford, 1673 West Main, or visit us on the web at www.tonybatesford.com. That's Bates Ford, the dealer will trade for anything that don't eat.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with State Farm homeowner insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Jeff Gannon, in Lebanon or Mount Juliet. State Farm Good Neighbor Service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discounts you deserve and the coverage you need. Come see me, Jeff Gannon, in Lebanon or Mount Juliet, and find out why more homeowners and drivers trust State Farm than any other insurance company.
And again, a good morning and welcome to our final segment here for a Thursday morning. Tim Leeper is with us. He comes to see us once a month and talks about Tim Leeper Roofing and Mama's Metal Roofing and the Lebanon Noon Rotary Club and other things that he's involved in. Let's mention this, if you don't mind, because you and I both know Karen Luzinski or something like that, the lady who is the director for the Wilson County Help Center, Community Help Center there on High Street. They've got a Buy a Brick campaign going, and they're trying to raise, I think it's $50,000, and I believe that deadline has been extended to the end of December. I think that was in an email I got from her a day or two ago. But this is a great thing that they're doing, and I think you and I both feel like that the help center's in good hands with Karen's leadership, and it's but what now she's trying to do is to come up with an idea of called Training for Tomorrow, which is going to involve some renovation there at the help center. It's a sort of a classroom setting, as I understand, and it's where people can actually come in and maybe learn a bit more about some business techniques and how to stay afloat a little bit better in today's economy and this sort of thing, and maybe not do some of the blunders that some of us maybe have always done in the past till we learn better.
I really appreciate Karen's leadership over there. She's come in and done such a great job, and people respond well to her. She's very mild mannered. She doesn't get upset or excited, and there are times that probably that would be the normal response. But she's done a great job, and I would tell you that one of the reasons I was on the board for 3 years and I supported that group is because they really take. The Bible says when you have widows and orphans, it talks about widows and orphans, and people really I take that to mean the people that can't necessarily always do for themselves. Mm-hmm. And so we live in a pretty affluent area here in Wilson County, but we still have those that are needed in our community. And so I like serving on those type boards because that we're going to have those folks here with us, and we can do things for them and give them practical tools to apply to their lives that makes their lives manageable or better. That makes me sleep good at night, make me feel better.
Well, a person, an entity, you can buy a brick for $150, and there are higher levels for businesses and people of affluence maybe, but those who could afford $150, this is going to go a long way to help accomplish what she's trying to do right now.
Mm-hmm. And chances are when you sit in church, you probably have those people that you'll never know that, there's a good chance that, some of those people in your church are the people that are going there to the help center to maybe get food or to get insured, things like that, or they're cancer patients. And that's one of the places they can afford things. So, it's used by our family and friends alike here in town.
Okay, well, just keep that in mind. And I think the deadline's been extended to the end of the year, but don't wait till the end of the year. You go ahead and take care of that now. And they could run out of bricks, but I doubt it.
I bet they'll find more.
Oh, what else is going on? Did you talk about? Football's winding down. And then baseball, it's they call it the Winter Stove League. I think they've got some baseball meetings coming up where possible trades, or I'm not sure there's many trades anymore. It seems like everybody's out there to get the biggest contract they can get. As soon as one contract is through, hey, here I'm available. Who wants me? And if you're good enough, you got them coming beating the path to your door.
Well, if we can find somebody to trade ownership in Cincinnati, we'll be doing something.
Well, I don't think they're going to lose 100 games next year.
I don't know if they will, if they won't. If they don't put a full team on it, I wouldn't surprise me if they only put 8 players on the field.
Joey Votto is going to come back with a vengeance, and he's had surgery. He's rehabbing pretty good, I understand. I don't know whether he's going to be 100% on opening day or not. I'm hoping so, and after that, I don't know.
You really have to ask yourself, what is a guy like that hoping to achieve with his career at a place like Cincinnati if you're not going to be a competitive in the playoff race? Spoken from a Cincinnati fan, we're talking here. What does that guy have to? He's just making his paycheck at this point. He's just trying to finish out his career. I gotta believe.
Well, maybe so, but it was just 2 years ago that they did make the playoffs. I mean, got to play 2 games against the Braves, I think it was. And then it really went downhill. He probably had some high hopes 2 years ago, and then they've had the fire sale, and I don't know how you'd feel now. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. I hope for the best every year. I've got my stuff. I got my hats. I got my shirts. I got all those things, and I just need a chance to wear them a little more.
Well, it's one of those. I don't know. It seems like money has become the whole thing with baseball, with professional baseball. Even in college, especially college football now, and with the way that the players are allowed to transfer anymore, if there's any reason at all, it seems like it's allowed, and quite frankly, I don't like it. Although I understand if you're recruited by a coach and then he up and leaves, he doesn't have any loyalty to the school. I mean, somebody's paying him more over here, so he goes. And you went there because of him. I don't like that either. I think maybe we could make some exceptions in those situations, but just to up and leave like we've been seeing here in the last year or two, it's not what college football used to be all about.
No, I can't follow it enough to speak intelligently about it, but I know that they're getting this NIL money or whatever it is. They're now getting paid for those things, and transfer portals and opt out and all these things. And it's a different world we live in now than we did 20 years ago. So I don't know. I don't pretend to understand it anymore. I just watch the games on Saturday.
Oh well, we've got we've got this four-team playoff that's going to be coming up here. And for my money, Georgia's still number one till somebody knocks them off. They're undefeated, they're good, and they're in the SEC, so I guess I'm pulling for them.
Well, I like Georgia. I'm like I say, I don't know if I make you mad when I say is I'm a recovering Vanderbilt fan. And so I still pull for Vanderbilt, but I pull for everybody in the SEC, and that includes Georgia. But I think Georgia's probably one of the better teams in the SEC. And, there are probably a lot of people get mad at this, but I think Alabama's probably a better team than Tennessee is. And I know they don't like getting ranked lower than Tennessee because they beat them head to head, and I get that. But
barely's
right. The better team. The better teams are going to usually rise to the top, and the ones that are not doing well. Now, I'm so excited for Tennessee because this year they've had such a year.
Yeah.
And every time you hear a Tennessee ball fan say that, well, wait till next year. Well, this is next year, and they've done it this year. So my hat's off to them. They've done a great job. That coach is doing a fantastic job. No telling what he's going to get in recruits.
Oh, I think you're right there too. Kind of remains to be seen. And in the meantime, we've had a few that's kind of gone downhill a little bit, Florida being one of them. And Auburn, I don't know where they're headed. But anyway, Tim, we've got about 2.5 minutes left, and I think we probably ought to talk a little bit more about roofing here before you go. I mean, roofing's been good for you. You've been able to help a lot of people to enhance your standing, let's say, to not only do roofing, but to be a viable part of the community and to help a lot of people in ways other than roofing.
Well, it has been good, and we've enjoyed doing what we do. I used to work in the summers when I was in school. I would work with my dad, and he worked at a chemical plant. I would work on the line, on the factory line, and loading boxes and running tow motors and all that stuff. And I can't tell you how much I hated going to the same job every day. And with roofing, I get to go to a different job every day. I meet new people every single day. And so it's just not stagnant. So I really enjoy that. I get to keep the roads hot, if you will. But we're making progress and doing things, and it's honorable living. When I go to lay my head down to sleep at night, I sleep good.
Well, no doubt, and you're able to tell people, but it's been good for you too to be able to be successful. Something you enjoy doing, helping other people, and everybody needs a roof over their head.
No, they do. And speaking of which, I didn't even realize this is coming up. We, usually every year we'll do a veteran roof where we'll find a veteran. It's always going to be in Wilson County, and so we did one this year, and it's a U.S. Army veteran, and we were able to do her roof, and the guys never tell me what it is. I just say, "Hey, when's the veteran roof?" He said, "It was last week." So I said, "Well, that's a good time to let me know." But, we do that, and we always appreciate doing that because those are the folks that give a lot. And so if we can figure out a way to partner with Owens Corning that like we do, and they, supply the materials and we supply the labor to make something like that happen. And I thought it was cool. This morning, I'm just kind of scrolling through a few things, getting ready. And Senator Marsha Blackburn had actually saw our post and reposted it to her folks. And so you might not follow Marsha Blackburn or that political ideology, but it's kind of cool when a U.S. Senator picks your story up and reposts it. I thought it was cool.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for being with us today, Tim Leeper Roofing, Mama's Metal Roofing. You can find him on his website and always give him a call. 372-4713?
Yep, that's it.
All right.
372-4713.
All right. Well, that is it for Thursday. Hope you'll join us tomorrow. Till then, I wish you a tremendous day.